Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. My name is Beth and I have a journal obsession. This is my time and space to journal, whether it's to be with paper, paint, stickers, tape, or some other found object. I like creating worlds in my journaling, and it's a form of learning for me also. I love learning by journaling. Currently, I'm creating and learning the world of shells. Let's see where that takes me. Good morning, good morning. I started to do this without a voiceover, but I got very few, quite a few interruptions. And so I'm just going to do a voiceover. And it needs to be short because I'm at the beach and it's late in the afternoon and I'm just now editing. So, anyhow, I started packing before I started my um, spread yesterday. And you'll see at the end, I have nowhere to put the spread. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to tape in the spread to the back of the book because the last couple pages where my thought process, my kind of like an outline that I did for myself on the topics of the seashells and the bugs. So I'm going through a Time magazine here and I'm looking for bright colors. I am doing a technique that Carolyn Dube, Dube, did on her channel the other day. I watch her channel a lot and I like her thought process and I like her color, love of bright colors. And that confetti is the hint of what we're doing. She tore a bunch of bright colored paper or painted paper scraps into confetti, dropped them in a puddle of matte medium on a white background, and then did some stuff on top of it. So I was like, you know what? That looks like fun. I think I'm going to try that. And I have an abundance of paper. But I came across this magazine, and when I first got home, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go through this and get some colors out of here. And then I can throw the magazine away with only reading one or two articles. Because I didn't order this magazine. It just keeps coming. But I think it does expire this summer finally. So I'm going to cut tiny little confetti pieces. Well, not tiny. They're probably an inch long on the average and half an inch wide. And do the same theory, but I didn't do it right to begin with. Oh, and we have one of the interruptions that happened. Ay, ay, ay. He did so good last night. He slept the entire night. Um, and it took me 3 hours because it's a 3 hour drive to get home and back to the beach uh, here. And he was very good in the crate the whole way. There was one or two times where he started having a little crying fit, but then he stopped and went back to sleep. Now, we exercised the heck out of this dog yesterday, so that's why he slept good. And then we exercised him a few more minutes this morning before we put him in my car. So here is my white book page and my confetti with a few bright colors here and there. Not exactly bright, but they're like jewel tones. And they'll work to get my point across because I'm going to put a little white paint on top. Now, in hindsight, I should have put the matte medium down first, and I didn't. But I was distracted. Dogs and husbands, dogs and husbands, dogs and husbands. So, although the husband made a delicious dinner, it was called fried cabbage, but it was kind of like a soggy stir fry with sausage, and that was really good. And then I added noodles to mine, some leftovers today. Here I am trying to do a little bit of matte medium. I don't want this everywhere. I just want like the thought process of scraps of color. You're not supposed to think about how they drop. You're just supposed to put them down. So I'm being really, really messy with matte medium, and my matte medium is super thick because I have not used it in a while. So there's all that too. And I'm going to dry it a little bit and then put paint on top of it and dry it some more. And it's not completely dry when I finish, but it's okay. And today's topic was like the birds around the seashells. So I just wrote pelicans. What do you call them? What do you call the ones that run back and forth? Pelicans, seagulls, and oh, my mind has gone blank. Um, Here's where I dried it a little bit, and I tried to add some white paint on top of it a little bit to push it back just a smidge. And overall, I love this. I might do this again with brighter colors, or maybe an actual color scheme in mind, maybe like blues or pinks or whatever. What are those little birds that run
Sandpipers, pelicans, and seagulls. At least here on the East Coast, they're pretty much the birds around the seashells. And if there's any animals in the seashells left, by the time they get to the beach, those birds will eat them. As a general rule. Um, so that's kind of just what I put today. Again, I don't have a place to put it. And I think tomorrow I'm going to start on the second half of this um, journal. And it's going to be in a traveler's notebook. Does it bother me that the second half and the first half are not together? No. Um, the second half and the first half of this month and this process of the seashells is going to be, this is more factual, and the second half is going to be more fantasy. So I can separate them. In my opinion, it's okay. It's my book, so I can do what I want. And I'm really eager to get into a traveler's notebook size. I have not been in one in a very long time. And I got a couple more inserts, just the regular traveler's inserts, the 03s in the mail the other day. And um, here's my favorite new jelly plate technique without the jelly plate. Why I put green, I don't know, but it worked. And so I'm going to start tomorrow morning, day after tomorrow for me, tomorrow for you, the second half of this journal. In a new journal, because I'm out of paper, and in a fantasy format. So thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow.